Hi, youth athletes. This is Coach Ewing once again, and we're going to go over now the jumps work that we did night one. And night one was a lot about kind of building your strength, I guess we could say, for the season coming up. So we did a drill that not only taught athletes how to take off properly in the long jump, but also how to be strong enough, I guess, to do that. Because the long jump is a really hard event that requires a lot of strength. So we did a drill called flat flat. Now, before I did that, I'm going to show you a couple things. When you jump, you want to load yourself to jump up, right? Think about like a rebound in basketball or a spike in volleyball. When those things happen, you have to drop your hips to go upwards. Now, in long jump, you're sprinting at full speed down a runway before you jump. You can't really do this kind of movement. You can't to that extent, but you can do a little bit of a hip dip, I call it, okay? So when you run, your hips actually kind of do this like wave. They go up and they down, but they don't really dip to explode upwards like a jumper does, right? Like we just showed you here. So if you watch my hips when I run, you can see that things are going up and down like I talked about, okay? All right, now the reason, if you want to see my shoes here, I'm running on my toes. That's how sprinters run. Okay, now watch the hips again. When things happen, okay, if you change those last two steps before you jump to flat, flat, it makes your hips go down on purpose. So that's why this drill is called the flat, flat drill. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we did on the box here with our athletes, all right? What I had the athletes do was walk to the box, and just before, I had them up on their toes, just before go flat, flat. And they had to jump up to the box. Let's do it a couple more times. I'll show you what I was doing. Now when you jump and you do that flat, flat, okay, you also want to drive your knee and arm. It's opposites, like when you sprint. These two things, if you watch this, if I just use my hand and I go like this, it makes me jump, it gives me momentum. Same thing when I do my knee. If I swing that, it gives me even more momentum. So what I also had kids do was I had them go into that position. So they knew that when they did their flat, 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 they went here for their jump. It's actually kind of a hard thing for athletes to do. So if the youth kids learn early, it's perfect. If you have any questions, let me know.